Jam Master Jay, age at death, 37, 1965 to 2002, record label, JMJ Records. On October 30, 2002, at the age of 37, Jason Mizell, aka Jam Master Jay, was shot and killed at a Queens recording studio. In the nearly 19-year-old murder case of Jason Mizell, better known as Jam Master Jay of Run DMC, 2 individuals have been accused. In 2002, a masked gunman opened fire at the late DJ's music studio in Queens, New York. Mizell was killed by associates in a drug-related homicide on Monday, according to prosecutors. His influential group, which he co-founded with Joseph Run Simmons and Daryl DMC McDaniel, collapsed after his death. It's Tricky and Aerosmith's Walk This Way are 2 of their most well-known tracks. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Eastern District of New York, Mizell was allegedly murdered by Ronald Washington, 56, and Carl Jordan, 36, who were upset that they had been left out of a cocaine deal. While engaged in narcotics trafficking, they've both been charged with murder and other serious offenses. Both of them pleaded not guilty. Officials said in a news conference on Monday that Mizell bought around 10 kilograms of cocaine in the months running up to his murder and threatened to cut the suspects out of the profits. A murder plot is said to have been planned as a result of the quarrel. On October 30, 2002, Mizell was shot and killed while playing video games in his studio in Hollis, Queens, where he grew up and later mentored other aspiring rappers. They marched in and murdered him in cold blood, prosecutor Seth Ducharme said, adding that one of the guys hugged Mizell before opening fire. Pop Smoke, age at death, 20, 1999 to 2020, record label, Republic Records. Notable releases: Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon, 2020. Bashar Baraka Jackson, better known by his stage name Pop Smoke, was a budding rap star who identified his unique sound as Brooklyn Drill. Jackson was killed in a home invasion just 12 days after his early 2020 mixtape Meet the Woo 2 came out at number 7 on the Billboard 200. Teddy Mellencamp Aoyafe, the daughter of singer John Mellencamp and a cast member of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, rented the house from Jackson. Just 10 minutes after the front doors were dead-bolted shut, CCTV footage showed at least 4 masked men in hoods breaking into the property. They may not have set off the house alarm, which made it easier for the burglars to get in. The fact that Pop Smoke had released the home's address earlier in the day could have been a factor in the shooting. He was holding up gift bags, one of which had the property's address written on it. On Tuesday, his mixtape arrived at number 7 on the Billboard 200 chart, explaining why he received gift bags. Pop was taken by ambulance to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in West Hollywood, where he was pronounced dead. As far as we know, the suspects have not been apprehended or identified. Pop Smoke may or may not have been aware of the shooters. 2. Notorious B.I.G. age at death, 24, 1972 to 1997, record label, Bad Boy Records. Notable releases: Ready to Die, 1994, Life After Death, 1997. Christopher Wallace, also known as the Notorious B.I.G., was a well-known East Coast rapper and gangster rap king. He was shot and killed on March 9, 1997. He was assassinated in the early hours of March 9, 1997. When it happened, he had just left a Vibe magazine party at the Peterson Automotive Museum in Los Angeles. An automobile approached Biggie's SUV, which was stopped at a red light with a bodyguard and Lil Cease inside, and a shooter opened fire. Biggie's security took him to the hospital, but it was too late. The assassination of Biggie Smalls, like that of Tupac, has never been solved. Biggie, like Tupac, would follow up his death with a posthumous double album, this time barely a fortnight later. On March 25, 1997, Bad Boy released his postmortem album, Life After Death. 1. Tupac Shakur, age at death: 25, 1971 to 1996, record label, Death Row Records. Notable releases: All Eyes on Me, 1996, Me Against the World, 1995, Strictly for My Niggaz. 1993, Tupacalypse Now, 1991. Tupac Shakur, a rap and hip-hop musician who was perhaps one of the most prominent performers in contemporary history with Death Row Records, was shot several times by unknown assailants while passing through Las Vegas on September 13, 1996, at the age of 25. Tupac was shot and critically injured during a robbery in the foyer of a Manhattan office building that housed a recording studio where he worked on his third album, Me Against the World, on November 30, 1994. 1995. Shakur blamed the shooting on producer Sean Puff Daddy Combs and rival rapper Christopher Wallace, aka the Notorious B.I.G, for reasons described in a 2002 documentary by Nick Broomfield titled Biggie and Tupac. This charge sparked an East Coast versus West Coast rivalry that is still being discussed today. On the day of the Mike Tyson-Bruce Seldon boxing match in Las Vegas on September 7, 1996, Shakur and others in his entourage were caught on tape in the MGM Grand Hotel's foyer engaging in a violent altercation with a man later identified as a member of the infamous Los Angeles-based Crips gang. Shakur was a passenger in a car driven by Marion Suge Knight of Death Row Records when a white Cadillac pulled up alongside them at a stoplight on Flamingo Road and started shooting. At least 12 rounds were fired, 4 of which struck Asata Shakur and 1 of which grazed Suge Knight in the head. Emergency surgery at University Medical Center saved Shakur's life that night, and doctors indicated his chances of recovery had improved in the days thereafter. Tupac Shakur died on September 13, 1996, from his wounds.